Hi, Nicole. Good evening.
Good evening, Miss.
How is everything?
It's okay, Miss.
That's cool. Okay, so we're gonna start with today's classes. Yesterday we learned how to use, I'm looking for it, future continuous, right? Today's lesson is going to be about objective classes, right? And I'm going to share my screen with you. This is a short lesson, right? And more than short, it's grammar, right? It's part of grammar. How to order some words, how to order the clauses, right? Can you see my screen?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, great. So we have different kind of clauses, right? This is what you've seen maybe, compound, complex clauses and simple clauses. But we're not gonna see something like that. But before to continue, I would like to remember what is a clause. Okay, the object we're gonna learn today, the adjective though, but the clause, okay, it's a kind of, well, it's a sentence, right? We have dependent sentence, independent sentence, okay? We're gonna call like that. It's a sentence, okay? A clause, it's a sentence. What do I mean when I say a sentence? It's a subject and the verb, okay? So when we're gonna find this subject, I, you, he, she, it, them, plus verb, I play, that's a plus, right? So, okay, now we're gonna listen the first audio.
Hi, you're just the person I wanted to see. There's something that we need to discuss today. It has to do with object-adjective clauses. These are the clauses that we use to identify the object of the sentence. Let's take a look at them.
Okay, we have the person that I wanted to see. As you can see, we have a clause by subject, verb, okay? Something that we need to discuss, subject, verb, the clauses that we use. Okay, so now we're gonna continue with the first point, okay? Before to continue, this adjective clause, okay, or adjective clauses, right, has another name. It is recognized as a relative clause, okay? This is the other name. It's the most frequent though, right? So, okay, with that, we're gonna listen the audio.
Adjective clauses, also called relative clauses, identify nouns or indefinite pronouns, such as one, someone, and something. Adjective clauses often answer the question, which one or which one.
You're the two people I wanted to see.
I wanted to see is an adjective clause. It identifies the two people. In other words, Nick wanted to see these particular people.
Okay, let's recognize some names. Okay, this is the lesson, right? We can call adjective clauses or relative clauses, both are the same. Okay, when are we gonna use these relative clauses, or what is the purpose of it? Okay, the only purpose of the relative clause, right, is going to help us to identify nouns, right? We could have two kind of, I'm gonna choose another color, okay. It could help us to identify nouns or indefinite pronouns. When I say indefinite, it means that I don't know, okay, indefinite pronoun, such as one, someone, and something. You're the one, right? I saw someone on the street, right? It was something that I couldn't recognize. Okay, so those are indefinite pronouns. And then the adjective clause, right, often answer the question, which one? Okay, or which ones? So in this case, you're the two people. Okay, we have one sentence, and then we have another sentence. You're the two people I wanted to see. Okay. So in this case, the adjective clause is answering to the question, which one? The two people, or which ones, right? Which one? The two people. Okay. So this is a way where we can recognize the noun, okay, of a sentence. When I'm going to omit this adjective clause, right, this first, oh yes, the adjective clause, okay. This has a purpose, right? For example, as I told you, we have one clause and we have another clause, or one sentence, sentence one and sentence two, right? Why? Oh, yes, my God. Okay, can you listen to me?
Yes, Miss.
Oh my goodness, something happened. My screen turned off. I got scared. Okay, so if there is any problem, right? I don't know what happened with my computer. It just turned off. So if we're gonna have a problem like that, I'll be back, okay? So you have to stay in the meeting, and I'll be back. I hope I hope everything works. Okay, as I was explaining you, we have two sentences, okay? Sentence one and sentence two. And why is this important? Because sometimes when we're gonna describe something, or even if we're gonna write a letter, or I don't know, a message, right? We need to use clauses, right? So we need to know how is going to be the structure, and this is going to be the structure. So you have one sentence, two sentence, sentence number two, and then. So how about if I'm going to erase this? You're the two people. The two people what? Okay. So the purpose of this is to provide us more information. When I say I wanted to see, oh, okay, so I know that we have more information. So if I'm only going to say you're the two people, that's incomplete, right? That's incomplete. I know we have a subject and we have a verb, but this is another kind of sentence. This is a dependent sentence that needs to another sentence to be understood, okay? So that's the reason of why we need to combine, right? So in first place, you are the two people, okay? I wanted to see, okay? This part that I wanted to see is the adjective clause. The adjective clause provide us more information, okay? About what? About the name, okay? So yes, in this case, you're the two people that I wanted to see, right? So again, the adjective clause is going to help us to identify nouns. In this case, which or what is, where is the noun? The two people, okay? What else? So that's the first use, right? It is going to help us to identify nouns. More than that, the second purpose of the adjective clauses provide more information, right? More information. How are you going to identify it? Because if you're going to secure, so we actually secure the sentences when there's a subject and verb, and then we have a complement, and then again we have a subject and the verb. Okay, so from that I know that I have to separate the two sentences. Okay, so that's the reason of why I separate this sentence. I have the subject, I have the verb. Okay, okay, now I have another subject and then I have another verb, right? So in other words, the adjective clauses are going to help us to identify nouns, or maybe indefinite pronouns such as one, someone, and something. And it's gonna help us to provide more information about the noun, okay? about the object. So this is the object and this is the adjective clause. So that will be everything about point number 1. Is there any question? Nicole, are you there?
Sorry, Miss, I didn't hear.
Oh, my question was if you had any question.
No, Miss.
Okay, that's cool. Now we're gonna continue with the second point.
Adjective clauses often begin with a relative pronoun, such as who or that. The relative pronoun refers to a noun or pronoun outside the adjective clause. The rest of the adjective clause tells more about that noun or pronoun. This is the recording that I told you about. The relative pronoun is that. It refers to recording. The adjective clause is that I told you about. It gives information about the recording.
Okay. Well, now we're going to continue with point number 2, right? The adjective clause, right? It begins with a relative pronoun, okay? Such as who or that. Okay, now we're gonna learn another name, okay, of the sentence. In this case, we have the relative pronoun. What is a relative pronoun? Is this part, this word is called relative pronoun. We have different relative pronouns, such as that is the most frequently, right? We always use that. You can do it or not, it's up to you, right? So we have that, we have who, we have whom, okay? What else? Where? Oh, it was supposed to be an H, all right. Where, and then we have more, okay? Those are relative pronouns. It refers to a noun or a pronoun outside the adjective clause. The rest of the adjective clause tells more about a noun or a pronoun. So how I'm going to form an adjective clause? It's very easy. First of all, you're gonna use, or you're gonna decide, you're gonna opt for a relative pronoun. In this case, I'm gonna choose that. All right. So from this part to the end, or till the end, is going to be my adjective clause, okay? Now, inside of this, I'm going to find the relative pronoun, okay? I'm gonna write with another color. Okay. All right. So first of all, we're going to find the relative pronoun, that, who, where, when, okay? We have many of. Then what else? I'm going to find the subject and the verb, and well, we have more complement, right? This is more than a complement, but the whole sentence, okay, is called adjective clause, okay? Then inside of this, I'm going to find the relative pronoun, and what else? More information about what? About the object. What is the object? The recording. This is the recording that I told you about. So again, we're gonna do the exercise that we made before. If I'm going to raise the adjective clause, remember the adjective clause give us more information about the object, right? So the first thing that you're gonna do is to find the object. This is the recording, okay? Okay, the recording is the object. Then I'm going to continue. I'm going to identify my relative, I'm sorry, the adjective clause. Where is the adjective clause that I told you about? Okay, how do I know? Because it provides us more information, right? This is a recording that I told you about. It's more information. Then I'm going to find the relative, oh, give me a second. Okay, I'm going to find the relative pronoun. In this case is that. More than that, the relative pronoun is like a connector, right? What is connecting? The first clause with the adjective clause, right? As you can see. So this is a link or a connector or something like that. Yes, it's a connector, right? So that's the purpose of the relative pronoun. It's a connector. And what is going to connect? The first clause with the second clause. We have an example in point number 3, I guess, right? The rest of the adjective clause also tells more about the noun or pronoun, okay? About the noun. The relative pronoun is that, and it refers to recording. The adjective clause is that, there you have it, that I told you about. It gives more information about the recording. So everything, as you can see, everything is based, right? About the noun, about the object, about their recording, okay? The whole sentence is talking about the object, the recording. Let's take a view. This is the tape. Okay, I'm going to identify the object, the tape. Okay, then I'm going to identify my adjective clause that I told you about. Inside of my adjective clause, I'm going to find the relative pronoun. Okay. So the relative pronoun is a connector between, it's connecting the first clause with the second one. Okay. And what else can we say about this sentence? I think, or I feel as I'm forgetting something, but yes, the tape I told you about. And then we have more information about the tape, but everything is about your object, okay? So that will be everything about point number 2. Is there any question, maybe? Oh.
No, miss. Everything is okay.
Thank you. Thank you, that's cool. So this is what I told you about. The purpose of the relative pronoun is like a connector, right? In this point, we have 2 sentences, right? That's the video, and Talia made the video, okay? So could you please change it to an adjective clause, please? How could you do it? How could you combine these 2 sentences in one?
Could be that's the video which Talia made.
Okay, write into the chat, please. Write your answer in the meeting chat. Okay, thank you. Oh, now we have a new upload where we can react. That's cool. All right, give me a second. I'm going to copy. Okay. All right. That's the video that Talia made. Okay. So could you please let me know the parts of each of the sentence, each part of the sentence? The relative pronoun, the adjective clause.
Okay. The relative pronoun in that sentence is that. And the subject is the video.
And what else? Where is the adjective clause? Okay, that's the adjective clause. How do you know that is the adjective clause? What do you think?
Because that word is
Because we have more information about your object, right? In the adjective clause, Nicole, we are always going to find more information about the object. In this case, the object is the video. Then we have the second part, okay? Where we're gonna find more information about the video in this case, right? So that's the video that Talia made. That could be. Okay, do you get it?
yes, Miss.
Okay, so let's listen the audio and let's check if this is okay.
The relative pronoun combines two sentences into one sentence. That's the video. Talia made the video. That's the video that Talia made.
Okay, it was great, right? That's the video that Talia made. It was great. Now, something that you're gonna find exercises like that, and you're going to identify your object because it is repeated, okay? So as you've seen at the beginning, that's the video, Talia made a video, I guess it was. So we have two times the video, two repeated times. So for that, I know that that's my object, okay? So that's the video that Talia made. So we're finding, again, this is your object, okay? This is your adjective clause where you're going to find more information about your object. The purpose of the relative pronoun is to combine two sentences into one sentence, and that's all, right? That's all. Is there any question, maybe? Is there any question, sorry, or not?
No, Miss.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Now we're going to continue with the third point. Oh, sorry, fourth point.
In object-adjective clauses, the relative pronoun is the object of the verb in the adjective clause. In the following sentence, the verb is heard. The object of the verb is conversation. We heard the conversation. The conversation will clear Nick's name. The conversation that we heard will clear Nick's name. When the sentence changes to an adjective clause, the object of the verb is the relative pronoun that. Notice that the relative pronoun always comes first in an adjective clause.
Okay. Now this is an important point, right? So take care in this part. In object-adjective clauses, the relative pronoun is the object, okay? This is a normal sentence, right? We only have one. We heard the conversation, okay? In this case, the conversation, right, is the noun, right? And heard is the verb, of course, right? The verb is heard and the object is conversation. So the verb is working on the conversation, right? We heard what? The conversation, okay? How about the next one? The conversation that we heard will clear next name. Okay, when the sentence changes to an adjective clause, right? The object of the verb is a relative pronoun that, okay? What does it mean? It means that the conversation, right? The object of the verb, okay, in this case, we heard, the relative pronoun is that, okay? So it's different. We heard the conversation, it's a short sentence, and we don't have too much information, right? If we are gonna change it into an adjective clause, we have to take the object, in this case is a conversation, okay? We're gonna place it at the beginning, okay? Oh my goodness, why did I clear? Okay, I'm gonna write again. So in this case, this is the object. We heard the conversation, the verb is working on the conversation. In this other case, right, in the adjective clause, we're changing the sentence to an adjective clause. The object, right, of the verb is that, okay? This is your object. The conversation, what? The conversation, what? That, so then you have the object of your sentence, okay? So it's different. So when you're gonna give more information about something, about the object, then you have to change it into an adjective clause. Of course, you have to follow the structure, right? First, we have the object, okay? Or the noun, sorry, this is a noun. The noun, we have the conversation, the relative pronoun, and more information about the noun. What is the conversation? Notice that the relative pronoun, right? This is the structure. When you're gonna form an adjective clause, you're gonna follow this structure. You always are gonna place the relative pronoun at the beginning, and then you're gonna choose your subject, your verb, and then the information that you're gonna use. And of course, it depends on your case, right? On each case. So that would be everything about point number 4. Is there any question maybe?
Miss?
Oh, okay, you listen to me?
Yes, Miss.
Oh, okay, I moved my microphone. Okay, now it's okay. So my question was if you had any question?
No, Miss.
Okay, that's cool. Now I'm gonna write, give me a second, please. I already wrote, but I don't know why did I clear. So give me a second. The girl studies a lot. Okay, she gets, she gets good grades. Okay, that's all. Okay, so the girl studies a lot. She gets good grades, right? We have 2 sentences. So in the chat, could you please combine these 2 sentences into one?
Okay, Miss, I'll try.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I got it. All right, so. Okay, I'm going to copy this. Give me a second, please. Okay, so this was your answer, right? Don't forget the period, right? The punctuation. Okay, the girl that studies a lot get good grades. Okay, how could you please explain me what or how did you make it?
Excuse me, miss.
Could you let me know what was the way that you did it? That you did your sentence? Or how did you form it? What is the way that you form this structure? For example, okay, Miss, I take the object at the beginning, then I choose for a relative pronoun, and then, okay, so could you please explain me?
Oh, miss, I didn't have any science, just I pick the words that sound better.
Okay, well, that could be, right? I'm not going to lie. In some cases, I used to do the same. But if you're going to say the girl that studies a lot get good grades, the first mistake, okay, is this one. Okay, why? Because we are talking in third person. What could be the correct way? Okay, so we're going to choose the object or the noun of the sentence. Where is the noun? Could you please help me to identify? Where is the noun?
Could be the girl.
Yes, the girl. Okay, so what happened here? I have the girl, and in the other sentence, I have she. Okay, the girl studies a lot. She gets good grades. All right, so now I have the noun. I'm gonna write it. The girl. Okay, so I have two options. I could decide. I have to continue with the adjective clause. As I told you, we have to start, or it starts with the relative pronoun. We're gonna decide to use that, or we can also use who because we're talking about a person. The girl that, what else? Gets good grades. I'm gonna copy the sentence as it is, right? Good grades. Okay, now I'm gonna copy the second part, studies, and the same time tense, studies a lot, right? And that's all, right? That's all. You only copy the two parts of the sentence, and you, in order to give more information, right? The girl that gets good grades studies a lot. The girl that studies a lot gets good grades, right? So you have two ways. Gets good grades. Yes, it's okay, right? So that's all. The only mistake was the verb, right? You have to write it in third person. So you have to choose the object from the noun. Then you're gonna choose the information. Okay, I know that she studies a lot, and as a result, she gets good grades, right? Or yes, she gets good grades and she studies a lot, right? And you're gonna choose the information, and then you're gonna complete, or you're gonna combine it, these two parts of the sentence into one. Okay, and that's all. Do you have any question about this sentence?
No, miss.
Okay, thank you. That's cool. All right, so if you don't have any question, we're going to continue with the next one. Okay. So now we're going to learn a little bit about the relative pronoun. Well, we're going to listen this. Well, this is not the last part. Okay, we're going to listen the first, the first audio of this page.
We can use the relative pronoun who or that when the object of the adjective clause is a person.
There's someone who I have to go see.
Or
There's someone that I have to go see.
we can also use the relative pronoun who when the object is a person, but this is very formal.
The soccer player whom the Federation is investigating is the very popular Nick Crawford.
Okay, I'm going to send a pic of the relative pronouns to your WhatsApp. Okay, and there you have a list of the relative pronouns, right? We have who, which again, when it refers to a whole sentence. We have whose, it means like a possession of something. That's the car who, or do you know the boy whose mother is a nurse? So that's a possession, right? In this case, we're talking about the boy. We have whom, it's a little bit more formal, and we have that we actually use that for everything, right? It's a little bit more informal. The point of this pic, right, is to know in what cases you have to use, right? Who, when the subject is when we're going to talk about a person, and it's going to be about people, right? Which for animals. It happens in the same way. The use of this is the same way as we use the WH questions, right? What, where, when, and then. Okay, so there is no modification. Okay, so if you're going to talk about a thing, you're gonna decide to use which. If you're going to type, that's the house where, okay, I'm talking about the place, about the house. That's the house where I used to live, okay? So yes, that will be everything about point number 5, okay? Again, that, you can use it in whatever subject, whatever noun you could have, but it's a little bit more informal. And then who, whom, which, whose, when, where, then. It's a little bit more, it's more formal, right? So take care in that part. The difference is the formality of each case. So let's continue with point number 6.
we use the relative pronoun that or which when the object is a thing.
My conversation wasn't the only one that she recorded.
Or
My conversation wasn't the only one which she recorded.
that is more common than which in informal conversation.
Okay, so we're gonna use which when the object is a thing. My conversation wasn't the only one, right? I'm talking about one or my conversation. So as it is a thing, we're using the relative pronoun, which, right? Because it's a little bit more formal. So I'm gonna write another exercise for you. So please give me a second. Okay. Okay, give me a second, please. I'm trying to look for it. Okay, yes, I get it. Give me a second. All right, I'm so sorry. It was a little bit noisy outside. Okay, so no, I'm going to try to find it. I guess it's this one. Is there any question until point number 6? Okay. Now, as you can see, oh no. Okay, well, wherever we sit, it's understood. So, okay. As you can see, we have 2 sentences. My friend missed the lecture. She borrowed Sam's notes to review. Okay. Can you please combine these 2 sentences in one? Nicole, are you there?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, could you please combine these 2 sentences in one? Write it into the chat, please. So you know, you have to find your noun. If you have any question, please let me know. Okay, I get it. Okay, I'm going to copy this and I'm gonna write here. Okay, don't forget the period, right? Okay, she wrote Sam's notes that she missed. And where is this part to review? Okay, we have 2 options, right? To write my friend or she, right? So, okay, I always choose what is first, right? In this case, my friend, so my friend. Okay, I'm going to use the relative pronoun who, right? My friend who, what else do you think?
Missed the lecture, borrowed Sam's notes to review.
Okay, I'm gonna erase this one because, okay. My friend who missed the lecture borrowed Sam's notes to review, and that's all. To review, and that's all. Okay, so the first thing that I made it was to choose the noun. Okay, my friend. Okay, in this case, as soon as you find your noun, you have to start with the adjective clause. Okay, so this is incorrect because in this one, I mean, the first clause, you are providing more information. Okay, so you only have to provide more information in the adjective clause. Okay, so I have the noun. Okay, in this case, is my friend. Then I'm gonna choose to use the relative pronoun who. Then I'm going to continue with the information. My friend who missed the lecture borrowed some notes to review. That was the correct answer, okay? We're gonna try to do it. Is there any question about this exercise?
Mm, kinda, miss, but I'm not sure. I got confused with that type of sentences.
Yes, those are a little bit more complex, but don't worry, it works as the same way, right? We're gonna try to do it one more time with another one. No, we're gonna use, okay. I met a man on the bus today. Oh, okay. He works. He works. Okay. Now you have two sentences. Please combine it into one. Okay. So again, I'm going to help you in this. I met a man on the bus today. He works at the World Bank. Okay. So first of all, you're gonna choose the noun. Okay. Could you identify the noun?
A man.
Yes, a man, right? The pronunciation is man. For plural, it's men. Okay? Man and men. Give me a second. All right. So this is your the man. The man. Okay. What else? Once you chose your noun, you're gonna start with the adjective clause. Okay.
The
So
sentence
you have
would be the man that I met on the bus today works at the World Bank.
on the bus today. Words because we don't have any auxiliary, so we're gonna write as it is in third person. The man works at the World Bank, and that's all. It was great. That's all. Okay. So we have the noun, and then we have more information about the man in this case. Okay, we have the relative pronoun, and then we have the adjective clause. So, okay, what else can we say? Okay, I'm gonna give you one that it's a little bit. No, just okay. Okay, we're gonna decipher another one. July 25th. Okay, July 25th was sad for me. Okay, one sentence. I left home. Okay, now because we're talking about time, you have to decide. You're gonna write your relative pronoun with were. Okay, were or when. So could you please do it? And with this, we're going to finish the class, okay?
Okay, miss. Uh, uh, July 25th. We
When? Great. When?
I left home.
When I left home. The other part of the sentence.
The that was sad for me.
No, only sad was sad for me. Why? Because you have your
Um,
relative pronoun when. So it's unnecessary to use two relative pronouns in one sentence. Okay. So July 25th, when I left home, was sad for me. Okay. As you can see, we can also use when, or we can also use where. Oh my goodness, it was like that. Where? For relative pronouns. Okay. You can use who, whom, whose, that, which, when, where. You can also use why. All of those WH questions, right? You can use it as a relative pronoun. It depends if you're going to talk about, in this case, we're talking about a date. So we're going to use when or maybe where, right? No, in this case, it's only when. Then if we're going to mention a place, we're going to use where, okay? So is there any question maybe?
no, miss.
Okay, thank you. And with these points, we're going to finish the class. So this is very important, right? So let's listen the audio.
Relative pronouns don't change forms. They're the same for singular and plural objects. They're also the same for male and female objects. That's the man who I saw.
Those are the women who I saw.
Okay, the relative pronoun, it doesn't have a form, right? So what does it mean? If I'm going to talk in plural or singular, we have men and we have women. For singular and plural, we're only going to use as it is who. There is no who's, okay? There is no when's, where's, no. It is going to stay like that. Relative pronouns don't change forms, okay? They're the same for singular and plural objects. And they're also the same for male and female objects. So we have a male and we have female. So the relative pronoun is not going to change because it's not a verb. And let's finish with point number 8.
We often leave out the object relative pronoun. This is very common in informal conversation and writing. Talia's the one Nick wants to see.
Newsline is the show I always watch.
Okay. This is what we had at the beginning of the lesson. In parentheses was the relative pronoun that. I don't know if you remember. And it is because it's unnecessary, right? So if you're going to it's very common in informal conversation and writing to leave out the object relative pronoun. As you can see, we don't have anything. Talia is the one Nick wants to say, and that's all, right? Or Talia is the one that Nick wants to see. Newsline is the show which, right, I always watch. So it's up to you. There is no problem, and both are okay if you want to use it or not. But remember, if you want to sound a little bit more formal, you have to use it. If you don't, you can just leave out. Okay? Is there any question maybe?
No, Miss.
Okay, great. So because we finished the lesson, we're going to stop until this part. Okay, so I would like to know if there is any question about the lesson or something like that.
Everything is okay, Miss.
Okay, thank you. So that was everything for today. It was everything about the lesson. So because we finished, we're going to stop until this part. I'm going to launch the poll. Could you please fill it? That will be everything for today. Please don't forget to do the homework. And yes, have a great weekend. When
Okay,
it's done,
Miss.
let me know.
It's done.
All right. Thank you, Nicole. Have a great day. See
Okay,
you.
Miss. Bye, Miss.